Celeste, what are we talking about today?
Today we're going to be talking about our friends over at Crafted for the Call.
Fascinating.
Ooh.
What is happening here? Celeste, something's happening on the Planet Geekery right this second.
Glix, Priority Alpha Command, open comms, now.
Loading Geek Culture language patches. Loading spiritual applications. Loading grace and hope directives. Comms opening in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, devoted geeks, and welcome to episode 193 of Comm Talk by Geek Devotions, the podcast extension of Geek Devotions, a show from devoted geeks who are devoted to letting you know you are loved. I'm Dalton. With me on the screen is my beautiful bride,
Celeste.
How you doing, babe?
I'm doing good.
I am excited about today's episode because today we get to introduce all of our amazing devoted geeks to some amazing people. Babe, who are these people we're about to talk to?
They are our friends, Christian and Raquel from Crafted for the Call. And they do this really cool thing where they take their gifts and their talents of making things to support missionaries. And they themselves are working to become missionaries.
Right. Now they do t-shirts, but they also do rugs. And on the screen right now, you guys, you kind of see there's a clip of them actually making a specialized rug just for us here at Geek Devotions. And so really great quality, really, really kind couple,
Yes.
very sweet. And we are excited to jump into this interview right this second. All right, guys. Well, we are here with some new friends of ours, Christian and Raquel Molinari. How you guys doing?
Good. Hello.
So glad to have you guys on Comm Talk. Now, you guys actually, we found you guys. Celeste found you guys. How did you guys find out about Geek Devotions? How did this connection happen? I don't really tell you. I found out we were doing this.
I think I saw you guys in the AG U40 page.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, that makes sense.
I reached out to Celeste because we do custom rugs, and I saw your logo,
Right.
and I'm like, oh, that'd be dope to get you guys a rug logo.
It is a dope rug.
It
Actually.
really
I like
is.
it a lot.
We keep it in the living room.
Right.
Nice.
So for those guys, those of you who are listening right now, we have these. So you guys are you guys have started a whole thing called Crafted for the Call, which is a business that's ministry that helps create merch for different individuals. Before we get into the ministry side of things and all that kind of stuff, I want to hear about you guys. Who are you two? Tell us about yourselves. Tell us your story. I know you guys are going on a missions trip soon, all kinds of stuff. But who are you, amazing people?
Yeah. So my name is Christian.
I'm Raquel.
And we are basically Crafted for the Call. And we
met in church. He
Yeah.
was a youth pastor, and we had both lived separately. Like, we didn't know each other in Florida, and we met in Springfield, Missouri through church.
Wow.
So we had to find each other there.
Yeah.
Here.
There you go. Good place to find somebody.
yeah, it took us moving to Springfield to meet each other.
Yes. So that's how we
I
met.
love it.
And we recently got married about 9 months ago.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Aw.
Come on.
And we just started this ministry business officially in January. So I think we're going
That's
to
awesome.
explain a little bit more about that here in a minute. But
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
he's Puerto Rican.
Absolutely.
My family's Colombian, but I was born in
Wow.
San Diego, California. We're from all over the place. So we're bilingual,
Yeah.
English and Spanish.
And
Yeah.
I guess you guys are working on your Italian too now, I guess?
Yes.
Or you guys are going to Rome?
Yeah, we'll be going to Rome. And we went back in September, and surprisingly, our Spanish helped us out a lot.
Did.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
So we weren't completely lost, but it was still a little bit that language barrier was still there though.
Yeah, totally. All right, cool beans. Well, let's get into some of the conversation. You mentioned it briefly. You guys started this ministry, Crafted for the Call. How did this come about? Well, let's stop this. What is Crafted for the Call?
Yeah. So Crafted for the Call is a business ministry. When we first got together, we were talking about missions, and Raquel got to meet a few of my missionary friends, and she quickly realized that fundraising is hard.
Yeah.
And so, in talking with some of my missionary friends, some of our missionary friends now, she got this idea to start a ministry where we can not only raise funds for ourselves and our mission trips, but help raise funds for other missionaries.
So our kind of slogan is where artistic passion meets purpose. So we craft things to not only fund our missions, but other missionaries as well.
That's so
that's
awesome.
essentially in a nutshell what Crafted for the Call is.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So, well, you kind of answered the next question, but how did you start Crafted for the Call? Like, how did you come up with the idea to go, I'm going to make things to help fund?
I can explain this. We together are very artistic, and we love, that's one of the things that brought us together is how we build and craft together. But focusing more on his talents, we've always tried to find a niche to where he can just use the gifts that the Lord has given him. And after meeting all his missionaries friends in June, they came over here for a missionary training, and I got to meet them and understand what he had mentioned, that fundraising is an issue. I couldn't sleep that night. And at like about 12 o'clock midnight around there, I go, I got it. You're passionate about missions. You're passionate about helping missionaries. Why don't this is it. Let's use your gifts and talents to make products to fund this. This is our niche, our mission, and our purpose. So the very next day, I incorporated Crafted for the Call, set up the website, and then we went to Italy. So all that got put on pause. And in speaking to the pastor in Italy, we kind of shared this idea. It was just a thought, right? You get really excited with your thoughts in the beginning, but you're not sure how real it can become. And she loved it. And they have something there called Bella Vita, where they help refugee girls kind of get skills, life skills, and get them on their feet, teach them how to sew. And she's like, well, this would be really cool if you brought Crafted for the Call over here and did something. So we love it. Go for it. Do it. And so she was really encouraging. And when we got back, he was still working full time in an AV job. And he's ready. He's a man who walks by faith, and I've never seen anything like it. And he was ready, but he was waiting for me to kind of be on board. And I looked at him and I said, I think it's not faith if we wait to see results. I think it's just gratitude if we wait to see, the numbers come in and say, okay, safely jump from one situation to another. So we took a step of faith, and he's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. So Thanksgiving week was his last week at his job. And we're all, and I do dog sitting here at home. So that's sustaining us financially right now. And the Lord is just providing and taking us on this journey of faith. And sometimes it's manna, sometimes it's, abundance, but So this is officially in January is really when we hit the ground running, and he started making products and all his rugs and stuff.
I love it. So I look at your guys' website. You guys, not only do you guys create stuff for other people, but you have your own stuff you've already created. Who did the Yeshua My Sensei? Because that's a lit shirt right there. I'm just saying that right now.
So I designed it, but that was her idea. I think we got it off a Spanish hip hop artist.
Really?
He says that in the chorus of one of the songs.
And I love it. It's one of my favorite lines.
Yeah,
like,
she loved it. Shirt. And she's like, that'd be like she said, that'd be a dope shirt. So I was like, all right. And it took me a little bit, but I was like, okay, I got to get some sort of like samurai. And like, I just need to like set this off right. It can't just say Yeshua My Sensei.
Word. Like, it's giving me like some like Samurai Showdown vibes, the shirt itself.
Yeah, and exactly.
But you guys have all kinds of really great designs already on here. Like, what is as you guys are crafting up these things, you guys are working through ideas. I'm guessing, like, are you both artists? Do you do most of the artwork and she kind of is the brainchild of everything, or how does it work out?
So I think I do most of the designing. She's actually been the one that's been on a website though, and our social media. So anytime you look at Instagram or Facebook, it's all her. A lot of it is she has a lot of great ideas, and I'm the one that kind of puts them together, brings them to life. Mm-hmm. So
it's kind of sometimes he does his own things, but sometimes I come in with design concepts or I have my own crafting things yet, but we haven't really launched those things yet because we're trying to get all the administrative things off the ground, and there's only so much we can do in a day. So right now he's the one who's our production team, and I'm helping with design.
I love it. Ideas. I love it so much. Cool beans.
Yeah.
Okay. So we obviously are fairly geeky over here. So what are your top geekdoms? Like, what are things that you're super into?
So I'm super into like wrestling, WWE.
Okay.
Actually, my brother and I just took a trip to Indianapolis at the beginning of the month to watch the Royal Rumble, which was amazing. And then I into collectibles. I like Funko Pops and Hot
Hey.
Wheels.
Dude.
And your Pokemon cards.
And my Pokemon. Listen,
He will get a McDonald's Happy Meal just to get the cards.
You know, I contemplated doing that the other night.
do it.
There's no shame
Do
in that.
I pulled a Charizard finally. It only took me
Let's go.
to be an adult and buy a Happy Meal to pull a Charizard, but I got it.
Legitimately, the conversation the other night was, do you want the Happy Meal so you can get the Pokemon stuff? And I went, yes, but no, because I'm hungry.
Priorities.
So hunger was priority number one.
Nice.
What about you, Raquel?
Yeah.
I'm not as cool as you guys. I geek over spreadsheets.
Dude, that's a whole
Let's
thing.
go.
He was going to roast me, and I just roasted myself.
There's
I
no
love a
shame in
good-
that.
A good
Somewhere-
spreadsheet organization.
Somewhere in the greater Chicago area, Squid just went, someone said something about me. We have a friend who's on one of our podcasts, We Read Allegedly, and she loves putting together spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
we are organized because of her.
I
Right.
really get on his nerves sometimes because I'll stop him in the middle of a project. And I'm like, we need that information. Like, you made 13 rugs yet. I need to know how much yarn you used. And this is reliable data. And I have my equations. And he's just like, But you're
I
welcome,
love it.
Peter.
More power
Yeah.
I love
to
it.
you,
I love the teamwork between the two of you. Actually, this is great. I feel like every ministry that's out there, every organization, they got to have that dynamic where there's everyone fills each other's sides. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got to fill the holes and fills the gaps. So I love the fact that you two are doing that for each other. But you kind of lean into like one of my questions I've been wanting to ask you guys is, how do you balance the because you guys, your ministry is also a business, and
Yes.
that gets really interesting. I have a friend of mine. He used to work for Lifeway Christian bookstores. Rest in peace, that whole industry. But he remembers being frustrated with people coming in and go, "Hey, can't you just give me a discount? I'm a church." And he's like, "We have done as much as we can for you. Our business will go under if we don't."
Yeah.
So how do you guys balance the how do I put this? The practice of ministry and the practice of business, especially when the business sense, the good practical business sense to do certain things are maybe contrary to what the Lord's calling you to do or wants you to do.
Yeah. So that's something we're currently learning since we're just starting off. It's a great question. And I think the perfect answer is really, we daily go to the Lord in prayer and asking the Holy Spirit to give us discernment.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of ours, she's a missionary, her name is Sean Deese, and one of the first conversations she had with us is like, maybe you want to pray about what portion of this is an offering to the Lord. So it's something that we ask the Lord, and sometimes the best practice is, to stay within a certain margin of profit, like you were mentioning, and we just have to reevaluate that case by case, situation by situation, and a lot of prayer, and then really just evaluating the financial situation at that time when the opportunity presents itself, is if we can, and if he's calling us to step out and just trust him in the provision, and then just asking him to teach us how to steward well and not just, like you said, at the end of the day, it's a business. So a lot of prayer.
Absolutely.
So was it a hard choice to decide to do business versus ministry versus regular business versus business ministry? Like was that a hard thing to figure out? I hope that sentence made sense to you.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I think for me, I've always wanted to be in ministry. I mean, I didn't really get saved till I was 18. So before then, there was nothing there, right? But even since that, I think within my first year of being saved, I went on my first mission trip. And since then, missions has been on my heart. So doing ministry isn't, it's like, doing ministry is like, duh, like what else am I going to do?
It's calling. For sure.
Like I can't do anything else, right?
Right.
and then having a wife that is super business minded has kind of brought us together. And I don't know if you want to speak more into that part.
I just think we complement each other very well to balance that out. And I didn't like the caboose behind his, the one that keeps him going, and his biggest supporter and biggest fan.
Yeah.
I just think the Lord knew better than we did when he partnered us together, what he was doing to complement each other.
Exactly.
Right.
And I'm falling in love, slowly but surely, with the process of learning to trust the Lord in this journey of ministry. And it's another level of provision and trust and faith. So, but yeah, I think we complement each other well.
Yeah. And I mean, to add to that a little bit, like, I love that we get to do ministry, and I love that we get to build a business as well, because that will support our ministry.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, I think that's the coolest part about this, is being able to do both at the same time.
You know, when they ask you what's your why, whether you're working out or doing a business, like, remember your why. The fact that it's this really centers us when times get hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really centers us. Yeah.
Awesome. So you guys are working together as a team. You're making rugs, you're making t-shirts. Now if somebody called you up, because part of it's like you guys make merch for other people. What's the process? Somebody goes, hey, I got my ministry. We're trying to, do whatever. Maybe it's a whole church that's locally. Maybe it's a missionary going overseas. What's the process of working with you guys to craft something specific for them?
So we're actually kind of going through that right now with a church, where we had a meeting the other day, and they asked us, like, hey, like, we're trying to support missionaries. Can you come up with like merch or stuff that I can sell here locally at my church? And the process is really just sitting down with somebody and seeing what their vision is, what they want to accomplish. And then we can go from, do they want t-shirts? Do they want rugs? Like, what exactly does the church or the missionary want?
I think understanding the region that they're in, because this particular pastor, he's in Wyoming, in where is it? Pinedale?
Yeah.
Hinesdale. So very, the market over there, the people are very outdoorsy and stuff. So it's really just understanding who their reach is, the people there. And, but yeah, it's, pretty soon. It's just a really get to know you kind of conversation, and then go from there.
Yeah. And then there's also, we just got to work with a missionary, that's here. He actually came from Africa to be a missionary here in the States.
Oh, wow.
And they put together a basketball tournament.
Nice.
And
I've been seeing your posts about that, actually.
Yeah. So we were able to partner with them, and we really just set up a table. And one of the things what we want to do and like to do is do a raffle, right, where we share profit with the missionary. So we can like make a custom rug, or make just like a brand rug.
Brand lug. Lug nuts are next on this one.
Exactly. I'm making lug nuts next. But we just put together a basket and raffle it off and split the profits with the missionaries.
Nice.
I love that. So I think Celeste had a question for you now.
I did. Okay, so what kind of t-shirts are you using? Like, do you have a particular brand that you do? Do you just grab whatever is available? Like, how does that process work? If I order a t-shirt from you, what can I expect?
Yeah. My favorite brand is Bella Canvas.
Yes.
I've heard of them.
It's a soft shirt. And I personally like it because they're a little longer, and I'm a bigger guy, so it kind of covers my stomach. So we're kind of in the mix. That would be my go-to, is a Bella Canvas shirt.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we've gotten good feedback from it too, from people who've worn the shirts and stuff. So
now, do you do screen silk or direct print? How does that part work?
Yeah, so we actually do. It's called DTF, direct to film, and so it's kind of a screen printing.
Heat pressed on.
Yeah, so it's screen printing, but instead of using like the machine, you heat press it onto the shirt.
Okay.
And it still uses like screen printing ink, but it's heat pressed on.
Nice.
Interesting. I've not seen this yet.
Yeah.
It's fascinating.
And it's cool. She's wearing one of our shirts right now.
Bet.
The cool thing about it is as you wash it more and more, the better it feels.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah. So like at first it's kind of rough, to be honest. But if you put it through the washer a little bit, it softens up and it actually gets like onto the shirt itself.
So,
Wow,
so
that's
if our devoted
fascinating.
geeks order a shirt from you, wash it a few times, it'll get softer. That's
Yes.
what I'm hearing.
Love it. Cool beans.
Like
Well,
a
let me
good
ask you
pair
this,
of
guys.
shoes.
Say what?
It's like a good pair of shoes. The more you wear it, the better it feels.
Speaking of shoes, I'm throwing this out there. I saw a Facebook post. Did you customize somebody's shoes? That I saw
Yes. Yeah, we do shoes too.
This is a new service for that. Get on your guys' website. Just have you guys do a whole bunch of Nike Airs or something like that.
Yeah. I've gotten to do. I did a pair of shoes for myself, and I did a Nightmare Before Christmas.
What?
Yeah. So I did one shoe like Sally and one shoe like Jack.
Bro, we need pictures. All right, pictures
Yeah,
are
for
going to
sure.
happen.
Like a new post. I think right now we're just really trying to understand what the market's liking. Because we can honestly make the sky is the limit. So now's a good time to just ask if you don't see it on our website or on our social media. Just ask, hey, would you be willing to do this? Chances are the answer is yes.
Yeah.
As we move along, we might start refining. Okay, this is our merch. But right now is a good time to just ask, and you shall receive.
Word. Absolutely. Awesome. Well, here's the big question. How can people support you guys? Not just the ministry itself, but you guys personally with what you guys are going forward with missions and everything like that.
Yeah. So prayer, first and foremost, always is huge. And what you guys are doing today with us, thank you so much. I think collaborations really help us it's a two-way street. You know, our audience also, we love to shine a light on what other ministries are doing. And so we think what you guys are doing is so cool. And we love to talk about it. And so collabs, if anyone sees this and wants to collaborate and we can help each other out, it just gets the word out there and blesses both of us.
Word.
What else?
Yeah. I mean, besides collabs, since we're just starting out, sharing our social medias and liking our posts would be great.
Business owners or ministry leaders reaching out to make a line for them or whatnot is very helpful.
Yeah.
Good deal. And what's the website for people to get a hold of you guys?
It's craftedforthecall.com is the website.
Awesome.
And then you can find us on all social media as Crafted for the Call.
Awesome.
And then I think another important thing is missionaries. If you know a missionary that we can join with to help them. Like we said, we're just starting off right now. So the best thing we can do is collaborations and do gift baskets or raffles. And that way that we can bless them. But missionaries, get us in front of them so we can help bless their ministry as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Fantastic. All right. So let's get any other questions for him before we close it up?
I think I'm good, other than needing to see pictures of those shoes.
I know, right?
Yeah, I will definitely send you guys those pictures here when we're done.
Awesome. Well, Devoted Geeks will encourage you guys, make sure you guys check them out. All the things that they said, there will be links in the show notes, both here on YouTube and also on all the podcast feeds that we have out there. We'll encourage you guys to check out Craft for the Call. And I don't know, I may be picking up this samurai shirt later. I'm just saying.
Awesome.
It's pretty lit. So Celeste, why don't you land the plane for us, babe?
Sure thing. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to Comm Talk today. If you have loved this episode, head on over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify to rate and leave a review. It is very much appreciated. So until next time, stay devoted.
Peace and love.